Hi Capricorn, welcome to your mid-month reading. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always check what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For the month of May, as usual, I have a special sales offer available, and for this month it's inspired in the current Taurus season we are on. If you would like to know more details about it, you can read in the description box, where you can also find the current list of reading services I offer. If you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do that by following the PayPal link, which is also down below. So Capricorn, I'll be channeling messages for the collective of your sign, and then we'll tie it together also with the cards that will be showing up. So Capricorn, I feel like some of you might be a little bit annoyed, frustrated, like not really understanding the purpose or the point of something that is happening throughout this next week that feels like this huge setback. It's like this is might be taking place in something that was going well, and now there's a little bit of a setback, and you might be just panicking a lot about this. I see a lot of panicking over things that happen you were not counting on. For others of you, you're just, I feel like some of you angry with God, angry with the divine, frustrated, like maybe some of you don't feel like your prayers are being listened to, or that your manifestation work is, taking place, or that you just keep doing or trying to do your best and things don't go your way. I see a lot of frustration and even anger towards the source of things you don't understand in this world. And when there's no answers here around your reality, your physical reality, I feel like many of you are looking upwards, which means you're looking for higher explanations. I do feel like for some of you, your pride has been preventing you from seeing clearly certain things, and this pride has been preventing you from seeing both the mistakes that you have been making, but also the things around you that you take as good that they are not. So the message here is that there needs to be some sort of awakening to a distorted sense of reality you have been living as. Even in terms here of the role you have been playing, Capricorn. Is it really true? Is it really something that you feel deeply connects with your true sense of self, or is it something you're doing because it was like this opportunity that came along for you to feel something, create something, originate something, but maybe where you were too impulsive about being a part of this? Because what I'm feeling is like some of you saw something, as an opportunity, and you jumped right at it, and now you're perhaps acknowledging that there's a lot about the situation that is not as favorable or not as easy as you thought it was going to be. So there might be also just things that you're now seeing and understanding that they're not going to be an easy process or a smooth process, and needing to accept this without losing your mind in the process, because this night can really get angry, upset, annoyed, easily irritated. So you might be quite moody throughout the next weeks, easily irritated, susceptible, and even impulsive. So watch for your words, your reactions. You might make mistakes or be unfair and end up hurting, perhaps here, unnecessarily people in your life, or even situations that are just going through a time where they need to be worked through differently. I feel also like many of you could be having a lot of headaches. And so when we have that headache sensation, we also tend to get much more impatient. All right. So this headache energy can be literal or just symbolic of a lot in your mind. A lot of things in your mind space consuming you. And for some of you Capricorns, it could be like a little bit like a time bomb energy. Watch for that, because I feel like if you have been under pressure for a while, which probably you have been, this week you can have that moment where enough is enough and you end up blowing up. And if the blow up is something that works at your favor, probably not. This is why your advice here to really take seriously the feelings of nervousness, anxiety, pressure, frustration, and anger you experience. Really, like when you feel those things, especially anger and frustration, catch yourself at that feeling and place yourself outside of it. Treat it right away. Don't let it grow. If you let it grow, it's going to get worse and you're going to lose it. You're going to lose your mind in a time in the game where you most need to be in your sharp, intelligent, calculated state. There's a lot of thoughts racing. And this is the problem. Like you have to at times center yourself back to consider what those thoughts are. Because otherwise it's like, just bullets running free, and of course they're going to end up landing somewhere. They're going to cause harm. In other senses, I do feel like some of you, this is an opportunity to take a breather from something. If you choose to go in that way towards something, meaning that you have two choices. The choices of racing, going in a race, nowhere fast, right? Like that feeling of going until you bump into something and there's a severe reaction and consequence after this. Or you stop now before you have to, have that sort of accident feeling, and you redirect your energy where it should be redirected. So this is about being very vigilant about your moods, your states, and honest with your patience. Like if you have been trying to be patient about something, suppressing your true self desires, opinions, especially opinions. So if you have been trying to suppress your opinions to not cause friction, this time you might just not be able to do that, to suppress it any longer, because it's causing harm up here. For others of you, you might have a little bit of a troublemaker in your life. It could be a strong air sign influence, so Gemini, Aquarius, Libra energies, alright? You could have a little bit of a troublemaker trying to provoke you, tease you, push you to your limits. It's someone that probably you've lost trust at. Yeah. Alright. So we do have here Death and Ten of Swords. See, this is a very strong, deep, serious energy of endings and transformation. So if something stops working or being functional in the next weeks, it is for a good reason, but you might really struggle to see it that way. It's something that will cause you at the end a little bit of a relief, but there's some of you Capricorns that wish to continue in the battle, or you would prefer to continue in the battle than have just things ending. Perhaps ending without a clear victory, or ending in such a sad note. There could be sad endings taking place. Sad in the sense that you didn't thought that would be the end, like a relationship that just ends, a job ends, a conflict ends, a problem ends, but you wish you would continue at it even if it was not the best influence. So there's a little bit of this energy, you're getting yourself rid from something, a huge problem that you were not seeing as a problem, yes, perhaps, or not at that severe level. And now that you see, or the life is pushing you to acknowledge that maybe, yeah, this was not good. This was not good. This ending is a blessing. This ending is to cause relief. Is to cause space in yourself to grow out of conflict, to grow out of pressure, to grow out of struggle or strife. So if this is about a relationship that has ongoingly put you in this place, again, you might not see it that way, but it was not doing well for neither of you. I feel like there's a matter of pride again. It's about you having to acknowledge the loss in the sense that the loss of something you've worked hard to sustain, but at a huge cost, Capricorn. For others of you, is the loss of again, something you worked really hard for but was just not working out. The feelings of you needing to adapt to something that was just not working out, and so now it ends, is huge. Yeah, it could be a termination of a collaboration or job situation that also ends. And I feel like it's something that ends very clearly. So there's no doubt that is ending, has ended. It could be a business that is suddenly shutting down, you know, a firm, a company you were working with that suddenly shuts down, like for good, and you're not expecting this. Or again, just associations that were more troublesome than positive. But I don't see you looking at this way easily. So there's a troublemaker, there has been troublemaking influences in your life that are now ending, and it's a blessing, but you might not see it this way, Capricorn. And that's the point of the next weeks, is for you to really transform something deeply in your life so that a new energy takes place where you don't find the Ten of Swords, which is defeat, depression, betrayal, oppression, constant conflict, constant letdowns, you know. This ending is to take you out of the Ten of Swords cycle or influence. You might feel defeated by an ending, but you can be sure here that this is a win down the line. This is not a defeat. This is a moment of deep transformation where you're separating yourself from energies that make you feel very on edge, like on the limits of what you can tolerate in life. And that's not how you're supposed to be experiencing things ongoingly. So I hope you have a great mid-month. Hopefully we'll see each other soon.